everybody, we are looking at functions and slope this week. A little bit of review from earlier in the year. Hope everyone is doing well. We sure do miss you guys and can't wait to get back and see you. So let's go ahead and take a little bit of a look at functions, what they mean. So a function is a relationship in which every input has exactly one output notified by y. Okay, so in ordered pairs and tables, what you're looking for is that each x value must correspond with only one y value. So you're going to be checking for repeating x values. So for instance, if your input is 1, your output could be 3. That would be a function. But if you have an input of 1 and your output is 3 or, I don't know, -5, then that is not a function. So you're making sure that your domain or the x value does not repeat. When equations, if you see any input that could result in more than one output, it would not be a function. Okay, so for instance, if the output could be a positive or a negative, right? If you're looking at a graph, and that's probably the easiest part, you're going to look to make sure that it passes the vertical line test. So if you drop a vertical line and it touches the graph in only one point, then it is a function. But if it passes in more than one point, it is not a function. Okay. All right, let's look over here at the distance versus time graphs. Okay, so on our x value, we have time. On our distance, we have y. And I forgot to mention at the beginning of this that hopefully you have printed out this paper and you're taking the notes along with it, or just like last week, if you did not print it out, that you are taking your own notes as you go along. If you have not done that, go ahead and pause the video right now, go get some paper or print this out so you can follow along. Okay, all right, so we're going to look at distance versus time graphs. All right, so as time increases, we are moving away at a constant speed. So what do I mean by that? So at this point in time, you are approximately that distance from 0 being right here. As time increases, okay, you are now at this distance over here from 0, so you're further away. And because it's a line, it's linear, meaning a constant speed. All right. For the second one, as time increases, we are moving closer, but at a constant speed. Okay, so at this point in time, if you go up to the graph, you're that far away from home. As time increases, you go up to the graph, you're closer to home or to 0. Okay, the third graph is at rest. You're not changing distance at all. Okay, so at this point in time, you are that far away from 0. At this point in time, you're still that far away from 0. Okay, the last one, or the second to the last one, as time increases, distance is still increasing, but it is moving away, but not at a constant speed. It's at an increasing speed. Okay, kind of looks like all those COVID-19 graphs that I've seen lately. The next one is moving away as time increases. It's still moving away, but at a decreasing speed. Okay. All right, and all of these, by the way, if I were to drop a vertical line, it only passes the graph once. So it passes the vertical line test. That is a function. All those are examples of functions. Okay, probably the biggest concept in all of pre-algebra is slope, and this is where it was first introduced. So we are going to look at slope, also called the rate of change. Okay, so I'm going to draw Mr. Slope Guy first, especially for those of you guys that are taking your own notes. This is going to be a little bit helpful. It is a positive slope if it increases from the left to the right. So we started at the left and it increased. So positive increases from left to right. A negative slope is going to decrease from left to right. Okay, a horizontal line is going to have a zero slope. And an undefined slope is vertical. And there's the nose is a U for undefined. Okay, so that is a vertical line. Okay, we have our formulas over here. Hopefully you have those committed to memory by now. Triangles that are on the same line have the same slope. Okay, so these two triangles that we're looking at over here, they are not the same size, but because they are on that same line, this line right here, they have the same slope. So if I were to look at let me go ahead and label these, my change in x, which would be x2 minus x1, that is going to be proportional to that value up here, which is your run. Over here, the vertical change, y2 minus y1, is going to be proportional to the vertical change over here. Okay. So again, triangles that have on the same line, they have the same slope, and they are called similar triangles. Remember, similar means same shape, but not the same size. The ratio of their corresponding sides are equal. So if I were to set this fraction up right here, if I were to set up that y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, it's going to be equal to setting up this fraction over here. Okay. All right, let's go over to identifying the slope from a graph, a table, and an ordered pair. All right, so when you're looking at a graph, you're going to pick 2 points that are at a coordinate pair. So they've done the nice thing and picked those 2 points from us. Now, starting at the left and going to the right of that graph, it's starting right here at 0, 5. It's going down to 2, 2. So it is decreasing. So the rise is actually decreasing 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to write negative 3 over my run, which is 1, 2. Okay. So again, I used rise, which are your y values, over run, which are your x values. Okay. I believe most of you guys are pretty good at being able to determine slope from a graph. Make sure that you always look at the graph. Is it positive or is it negative? Okay. When I look over here from a table, pick 2 ordered pairs. I always try to pick the ones that are positive. So it doesn't matter which 2 you pick. I'll pick these 2, okay? Because I chose this one, 2, 1.4 first, I'm going to call that x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Always label them. That way, when you're plugging in the values of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, all you're doing is plugging in the values and you're less likely to mess up. So y2 is 4.8 minus 1.4. Okay, x2 is 4, x1 is 2. So 4.8 minus 1.4 is 3.4. And 4 minus 2 is 2. So when I take 3.4 divided by 2, I'm going to get 1.7 as my slope. Okay, let's take a look at the final one. This one's finding slope from coordinate pair. So I'm going to go ahead and label again. This is x1 and y1. This is x2 and y2. Okay, plug them into my formula of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, so y2 is 7, y1 is 6. Okay, x2 is negative 2 minus x1, which is 2. All right, so 7 minus 6 is 1. Now, a lot of people on the bottom is going to say 0. Negative 2 minus 2 is not 0. Remember, keep, change if you have to. Your signs are the same. So negative 2 plus a negative 2 is a negative 4. So your slope is a negative 1 over 4, or in decimal form, negative 0.25. All right, that's it. After you have finished this up, you can watch it as many times as you like. Go to the assignment section in Schoology, answer the questions that are there. You remember, you can always do that assignment as many times as you like. Only the highest score is going to be recorded. Okay, and you have all week to do it. I believe Mrs. Bird and I know myself, we're going to try to make ourselves available for some questions through Zoom at the latter part of next week. Or the latter part of this week, I guess. So anyway, hope you're enjoying quarantine life and hope to see you guys soon. Bye.